halfway point for Chennai in their run chase. It's sort of an I told you so type of total. When you look at it, it's following the pattern that the previous innings followed. If you look back a few games, you might find this kind of a score at the 10 over mark. The question is this the kind of score they would have liked to be at, particularly having lost 3 wickets? 69 for 3, hovering around that 70 mark. If you're chasing 140, 150, you're probably saying, we're on course. But with 188, that's where those extra runs, as Harsha mentioned earlier, the 19 of 7 from Liam Livingstone, now making that total a little healthier. And here on Cricbuzz Comm Box, it's starting to come true. And the man himself, as we just suspected, Livingstone's on to bowl the 11th.
He is, but I think the asking rate is getting a little too far. I mean, Rayudu's playing and giving early indications of playing a flyer. Otherwise, it would have gone to beyond 12 and over, which is tough. Look, one way of looking at it is they're only 3 runs away from where Punjab were at the same point. But Punjab had only lost 1 wicket and Shikhar Dhawan was in very good form. They've lost 3. They've got Jadeja, Dhoni. Then you don't really want to get to Pretorius and Bravo, even though they're very good players. But they'll need to get going really quickly so that it never goes above 12 and over. I know Dhoni can finish it if you have wickets in hand, all that's true. But I haven't seen too many towels out. So they'll just have to build. This partnership will have to put on another 60, 70 at least.
And we were trying to have a little debate about the 5th bowling option being shared. Well, we were almost resigned to the fact that Rashid Dhawan could bowl 4. But now that he's brought Livingstone on, Harsha, it probably means 3 from Rashid Dhawan, 1 from Livingstone. Or do you think Dhawan's done enough to warrant a 4th?
It's just, I think it'll be a bit of an insurance. It's not working at the moment because Rayudu's clattering him all over for boundaries. And they'll start to think, should we have brought him on in the first place? But I think it was just as a bit of an insurance against maybe Rahul Chahar, against maybe Sandeep Sharma coming back is not able to bowl the same way. They like that one little over as insurance going into the death. So maybe that's why Livingstone. But you never know. This over could just kickstart the Chennai Super Kings innings. I mean, for how many years has Rayudu been doing this? Just coming in the middle overs and providing the spark that the innings needs.
Well, to be fair, the crowd in Mumbai have probably bought tickets to say that we want to see 6s raining with Livingstone in the middle. They're getting to see that. The only difference is Livingstone's bowling.
Correct. Now look at Rayudu. Sorry, he's 28 of 13 and he's just provided that spark that the innings needed. So I think at the moment still fairly open with the asking rate. Let's look. It's just under 12 the asking rate. Still relatively open, I think, but I think it's a little sort of inclined towards Punjab Kings.
Would one of the factors? I mean, we've already mentioned it. Seems like stating the obvious, but there are some teams that have a bit of firepower to come at the back end. Punjab, even if they had lost a Shikhar Dhawan or a Bhanuka Rajapaksa, they were waiting for a Johnny Best or a Jitesh Sharma, of course, Livingstone to come. Do Chennai quite have that? Jadeja 2.0, Jadeja the captain. Is he that finisher who can give you a 40 of 19?
Yes, he has to. And don't forget that Ruturaj Gaikwad, as he stays in, that his strike rate keeps going higher and higher and starts to touch 160. So if Ruturaj Gaikwad can take his game up, and if Ambati Rayudu, who's already 28 of 14, can keep that game going up a little bit more, and these two put on, okay, they're 81 for 3. They bat still over 16. They play another 5 overs for 50. Then you're looking at 131. And then you're looking at 50 of the back 4. That's the way to go.
The 2 international all-rounders that they have, Pretorius has already shown he can assist Dhoni and win them a game. Dwayne Bravo hasn't quite done it with the bat, but he can.
Yes, and they bat very deep, right down to 9, which is a big bonus because sometimes you just come in, you need 20 of 8. You get into a situation very often when you need 20 of 8 or 9 and you're 6 down. That batter, you don't want to say batter, that batter has got to be able to swing and connect a couple of boundaries like Pretorius did in the game against Mumbai.
Yeah, 11 overs, 81 for 3.
The good omen. The good omen is that the Comm Box curse hasn't struck.
Yes. It happened yesterday as well. And we were saying, well, if this can't get a wicket, what will? But I think at the moment, Chennai need to keep this going just for a little bit longer. At what point do you start saying it's about a 50-50 game? Do they really need to go hard for another few overs? Or more important, keep wickets in hand? What's the bigger factor?
106 of 53 balls. They've got to bring it down to 60 of 30. They've got to bring it down to 60 of 30. That means 46 in the next 23. Because it is 12 and over. There we are. I mean, it's 12 and over. That was the division I was making. Go at 12 and over for the next three, actually. Go at 12 and over every over from now. But if they can get it to 60 of the last 5, they'll give themselves a chance.
Well, we know Chennai have been capable of doing that. It was a very different set of circumstances in which they scored double figures in all their back 10. They have to get somewhere close to that for the moment. Advantage Punjab, but Chennai have done strange things in the past. We'll see you at the end and we'll wrap up the entire game. That's all from Cricbuzz Comm Box, a wicketless Cricbuzz Comm Box.